Hello everybody, it's Alexis and I am answering questions. So on my last video from yesterday, you all asked a couple questions, so I wanted to go over those. And again, if you have any questions, even after this video is over with, the live is over with, go ahead and drop them down below and we'll answer them tomorrow. All right, so first question is from Candy. Candy wants to know, how does she maximize her Google business page without spending a lot of money? So with Google, I truly feel like you do not have to spend a lot of money. You can set up your page, that's free. Just gotta get past that verification. I've heard lately that that's been difficult to do, but don't let that stop you. Still try to get past it, and if you have to reach out to Google, do so. But once you set up your Google page, you have to kind of work it. Make sure that all of the necessary information is in your Google page. Everything that can be filled out needs to be filled out. Pictures. Make sure you have professional pictures up there. Make sure that you have posts, and make sure that the posts go with whatever message you're trying to convey. So if you're a mobile notary, make sure you have some posts in regards to your mobile notary. So when people search anything mobile notary or anything on the internet, you populate. So SEO, that word, search engine optimization, everything that you put on that Google page has a purpose, and it can come up if somebody just types it into Google. It has the chance of pulling up whatever you put on your Google page. So that's why we want to maximize it. Remember, I do offer Google My Business course. Go to Notary Educators LLC.com. If you have any questions, you can always reach out. If you want to do a one-on-one session with Google, you can reach out and we can do an hour session, and we can go beginning to end as far as getting that Google page maximized. A lot of tips and tricks that I have learned over these years of doing this, a lot of people have used and they have worked. So you do not have to spend a lot of money. In the beginning, I did use ads on Google. I did not spend a whole lot, but if that is an option for you, you can do that. If you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you don't have a lot of money to spend, or maybe you don't want to spend anything, my best suggestion would be to maximize that Google page. Make sure that SEO and your verbiage and everything within the Google business page, make sure it matches what you're trying to, the message you're trying to convey and what you want to pull up within Google. And make sure you have some reviews. So your goal is to be the top in your area. So everybody has a certain area that they will cover, depending on like your location, whatever you put into Google. So make sure that you are the top. You want to make sure you have some reviews, pictures, etc. So Google is like a algorithm. Let me close this, or maybe it's making it darker. The sun is kind of, setting. But yeah, make sure that you have everything you need within that Google page. So that's my tip there. If you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, you can do a quick course with me and I can get you on the right track. Advertisement is another option as well. So you do have a little, a couple options as far as not spending a whole lot, but still getting that Google page off the ground. All right, and then next we have Nez. Nez commented that she has a power of attorney for a vehicle, and she wants to know, is a witness needed? So any questions that I get like that, I always want to go back to, have you had notary training? Are you trained? That is important, because questions like that, you should be asking your client. So I don't prepare documents. A lot of the states within Georgia are, notaries aren't allowed to, a lot of states within Georgia, a lot of the states within the United States, notaries are not allowed to make documents. So I don't make any documents. So I don't even know, what to kind of tell you as far as that. But when it comes to any document, you have to ask probing questions to your client. So when my client calls me, I'm like, what type of document do you have? Where are you located? Is a witness needed? Those are all probing questions that I'm asking my client so I can know what I'm walking into. So one of those questions, if they would have called me and said, it doesn't matter who calls. Let me say that first and foremost. One of my questions is always, is a witness needed? Because they may tell you they have a power of attorney for a vehicle, and let's say you're thinking, oh, it's just one that I've seen plenty of times over and over again, but you get it. It could be something else. And they didn't know what it was. They called it a power of attorney for a vehicle, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's something they wrote up. And they put witness on there. You didn't know that because you thought it was the same thing. So don't ever guess. Ask those questions. Every single phone call should have a set of questions that you're asking your client, those probing questions, in order to make sure that you're walking in to that assignment prepared. So Nez, my suggestion to you is ask your client what type of document do they have, and also is a witness needed for that document, because they should be able to scan through it and tell you if a witness is needed. It'll say, and you can tell them, like, it'll say unofficial witness, or it'll say witness, and then it'll have a spot for a notary. But make sure you ask that, because like in the state of Georgia, the notary cannot be a witness and a notary on the same document. So if I was to ever not ask probing questions and get to an assignment, let's say you waste your gas going over there and the witness is needed, you didn't ask the right questions, then you'll get there and maybe they don't have a witness. So maybe you all have to look for one, or maybe you'll have to reschedule. So that's why you want to make sure you ask all those questions to assist you with making sure you're walking into something prepared. And you don't want to waste gas. I've been there before a couple of times throughout my business where I went to a job and it didn't pan out the way I thought it would, and I had to drive back. So make sure you ask those questions, because it can assist with preventing that. And sometimes it may not. Sometimes you'll get there and the client didn't fully prepare you, even after you ask those probing questions. I want to say that's very far and few between. So a lot of people will say, well, should I ask for like an upfront fee or something like that? I personally don't ask for payment in advance unless it's something that's going to take like a good chunk of my time away. So like, for instance, like if somebody called and said, hey, I have a jail signing, or something like that, where it was kind of, I had to prepare for it a little bit, I would definitely take a prepayment for that type of situation. Maybe half or even the full thing. But just know, if you take the full thing and if something happens and they can't, you can't do it or something, you're either going to owe that client to go back out there or go out there, or you're going to have to make them sign some type of contract, depending on how you run your business, stating that, there's no refunds, or the other option, you're going to have to, give them a refund. So that's why I don't take a lot of prepayments. I really don't. Another prepayment situation is if it's a third party. So I do get a lot of people who are third parties, meaning, let's say it's a client, they're out of state. Maybe it's a real estate agent. Maybe it's a lawyer. Maybe it's a family member. They need, different documents signed, and the signer is in the state that I'm in. If that's the case and they're the ones paying, then I will definitely ask for payment up front as well. I just let them know, these are my stipulations, and just let them know your rules, your policies, anytime you're asking for a payment up front. So that's just my little tangent today. If you all have any questions, remember, drop them on the video. I will look back and answer them for the next video. I'm going to put out the dates for the loan signing classes for this month. And remember, we do have our mentorship. I don't know if everyone is aware of that mentorship. It's monthly. We do weekly meetings, and it's like a monthly payment. We do weekly meetings. You have access to the Notary Educators, so Angela, myself, and Kimmy, all day within certain time frame. You have access to us to ask questions about your notary business. If you get stuck on an assignment, any type of, questions concerning your actual business. Maybe you need suggestions, how to run stuff. So it's very, very good in that if you're starting out, or even if you're already in your business and you need that extra help or that helping hand. And some people, although, we try to buddy up with people, sometimes you may be in an area where it's not anybody close by that you can really buddy up with. So that's where we kind of come into play, and we can assist you with getting through whatever you need. And remember those weekly meetings, we all meet weekly, and they're available for replay as well. So if you can't make it to the meeting, well, guess what? It'll be uploaded and you can rewatch it at your leisure at a later date. And once you do join, you get access to all the meetings we've had thus far as well. So that's a great option if, like I said, if you're starting out or you're already in it and you just always like have questions, or, you know, we walk you through it. Anybody can say, we hold your hand through it all. So I'll definitely let you all know. I'll post soon about the loan signing class, and don't forget about our mentorship program as well. And we'll have some more classes for you all. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week. It is almost Friday. Hang in there, everybody. And if you have any questions, drop them below. I'll see you all soon. Have a good one.